How to build brand authority and gain trust. This is my 3-step strategy for building brand authority and earning trust so you can stand out in your niche, attract your dream clients, and charge premium rates without begging for attention. Now, do you still feel invisible in your industry even though you know that you're good at what you do? You're showing up online, you're creating content, you're even joining programs, but somehow the right clients are not showing up for you. You're undercharging and you're over-delivering and you're still not standing out. Now, maybe you've tried to fix it, you've attended free trainings, you've posted more often, you've followed all the gurus, all the tech guys, all the marketing experts, everyone, but nothing seems to click. And your brand still isn't getting the authority or trust you deserve. Now, I know exactly how that feels. I used to be in that same shoes. I used to work 10 to 12-hour shifts in warehouses, in care homes, and then I'll come back home and build my business late into the night. I launched my first program with so much hope, with so much passion. And guess what happened? No one bought it, not even a single person. And I almost gave up. But then I discovered a simple structure system, one that is used by 8-figure mentors to position myself with clarity and with authority. And that is when everything changed. That is when I felt like a breath of fresh air. And I call it the 3-step brand authority, and how it helps coaches, consultants, and small business owners to stand out, build trust, and attract dream clients without begging for attention. Now, this has been featured in Forbes, and I've shared the story and I'm going to be sharing with you now. The step 1 is to show how to establish a strong, authentic identity that makes you magnetic. Step 2 is going to get you laser clear on your dream clients and speak directly to them. Step 3 is going to show you how to craft your value proposition that communicates transformation and not just services. When you get this right, your brand starts to speak for you. You stop chasing leads, you start to attract them, your messaging becomes sharp, your pricing reflects your value, and your confidence is skyrockets. Now imagine your brand standing out in a crowded niche, your clients recognizing your value before you even say a word. What if you could hear your ideal client saying, "I have been looking for someone like you"? How will it feel to hear the validation from your audience? You're saying that you're everywhere right now. I keep seeing your brand here. Now, what will it be like for you to wake up stress-free, knowing that you have systems in place and your brand is working for you even while you sleep? Are you ready to build a brand that attracts, converts, and earns trust? Now, let me tell you a quick story how I discovered this framework for brand authority. Now, my name is Sariki. I'm a multi-award-winning business coach, and today I help coaches, consultants, and small business owners to unlock their potential by using proven marketing systems to grow consistently, predictably, and profitably. I'm also a university lecturer. I featured in Forbes. My work has been featured also in Brains Magazine, New York Weekly, Business Insider, Yahoo Finance, and many of those. But here's the thing, it didn't start that way. Now, at the beginning, I was just another aspiring entrepreneur. I had big visions, but no roadmap. And I looked around and I saw in the industry, I saw clients, I saw industry experts. They were building authority. They were sort of like almost magnetizing clients, and they were raising their fees and they're dominating the space. I wanted that, but I didn't know how to get it. So I did what most entrepreneurs would do. I signed up for free training. Some trainings are even paid for. I sat through webinars, I attended seminars, and I was searching for answers. I was really searching. But the more I learned, the more overwhelmed I became. And my brand felt unclear. My marketing was sort of scattered all over the place and nothing was working. And I remember launching my first online program. I poured everything into it. I poured my time, my heart, my belief, prayers, everything, and no one bought it, not even a single sale. Now, at that time, like I mentioned, I was working in a warehouse, I was working in care homes, I was standing on my feet were hurting all day, my back aching, I was physically drained, I was emotionally burnt out, and I was mentally on edge. Now, I remember one night, specifically on the 25th of June, 2020, that was around midnight, everyone was asleep, I sat on my decks, I sat staring at the screen thinking, is this really worth it? And at that time, I almost quit. But just before giving up, I stumbled upon something that changed everything. I invested in myself. I spent thousands of pounds on mentorships from to 8-figure business coaches. And that is when I had that aha moment. That is when I realized that every successful brand I have admired was following a system. And they were not just winging it, they were positioned with clarity. They knew who they were, who they helped, and how they served. And that is what gave me or gave them that authority. When I applied those systems, everything started to change. Everything started to change. I started to see clients I used to chase and look for. They started finding me. I stopped feeling like I was shouting into the void. My brand began to speak for me. I wasn't stuck anymore. I was scaling. My business began to feel like, it wasn't a burden anymore. And that exhaustion eased out. And for the first time, I felt in control. I was not hustling harder. I was just working smarter because I had systems that worked for me while I rested. That is when it hit me that success leaves clues. And it's not about luck. It's not about trying everything and hoping that something sticks or something works. It's about structure. Authority is built when you get crystal clear on 3 things. And I'm going to be explaining these 3 things to you. The first thing is who you are. The second thing is who you help. And the third thing is how do you serve them in a way that builds trust. I almost gave up before discovering that. But imagine if I did. Imagine the goal that I was about to strike and then almost gave up. But the thing is that thank God I didn't, because I wouldn't be here speaking to you and training you and teaching you these strategies today. And now I help coaches, I help others who are stuck where I was, who are lost, burnt out, and ready to quit, because I've been there and I found what works, and now it's your turn. Now let's get into business today. Let's get into the business of today. Here's the big picture strategy for building brand authority and gaining trust so that you can stand out in your niche, you can attract your dream clients, and you can charge premium rates without begging for attention. Step 1 is we're going to look at who you are. Step 2 is we're going to look at who do you help. We're going to start identifying your dream clients. And then we'll now move to step 3. We're going to look at how you are going to serve them. How do you serve them? We're going to throw some questions. I'm going to give you some questions that will help you to craft your unique value proposition. So let's get started. Step 1, who are you? Who are you? This is where we're going to establish your identity. Now, before you begin to build authority in your niche, in your industry, begin to attract clients, you need to start with the most fundamental element of your brand, which is you. Now, this is where many business owners fail short not because they lack value, but because they haven't clarified or communicated who they are in a way that creates trust, confidence, and connection. You need to identify and have a clear understanding of who you are. I can't overemphasize this. Your identity is more than a job title. You are not just a coach. You are not just a consultant, an expert, a business owner. You are a unique combination of life experiences, combination of skills, passion, values, everything results, and that makes you magnetic. Now, I want you to ask yourself, if someone had 10 seconds to describe you, what would they want to say about you? Or what will you want them to say about you? Now, once you've done that, you now have to look at what transformation do you help to create? Why you? Why are you the right person they should work with? This is the point where your strength meets your story. Everyone has a story. I have a story, and that's the story I shared with you. If you look at brands today, the most powerful brands, the most powerful personal brands are built on truth. They are not built on perfection. They have their origin story, where they've come from. They have scars. They've learned from experience. Now, I want you to think about that. What challenges have you overcome that your clients are still facing? What results do you constantly help others to achieve? What do people always thank you for? That is who you are. Now, once you've done that, there's this saying that authenticity is the new authority. Now, we live in a world of filters. You see everything polished on social media, polished personas, but authenticity cuts through that noise. When you're authentic, clients don't just buy your offer, they buy into your why. When you show up with authenticity, you're not just more relatable, you're more trustworthy, and that trust is the new currency of authority. You didn't get here by accident. Your story matters. Your journey holds close to your purpose, to your message, to your mission. Now, I want you to take a paper, whatever you have. I want you to write answers to this question which I'm going to be giving you, and I want you to be sincere. I want you to think about it as you write. Why, number one, why did I start doing what I do? The second question is, what were the key turning points in my life that shaped me? And the third is, what lessons do I now pass on to others? When you begin to do that, you find that your authority is already within you. You just need to unlock it and own it. So please take time, pause this video, and write that down. Now, this side is not about impressing people. It's about alignment, aligning yourself. When you know who you are, you know where you operate from, your brand becomes consistent, it becomes magnetic, and becomes unforgettable. Ask yourself, what makes me uniquely valuable? What life experiences give me an edge? Where or what do I stand for others in my space? Why do I care about the people I serve? When you begin to think and reason and ask yourself these questions, you begin to get clarity of who you are. And when you establish your identity, what you start to find out is that you stop blending in, you start to show up boldly, you feel more confident, you feel more compelling and more trusted. Now, the big idea here is that authority starts with clarity, and clarity starts with you. And until you define who you are, every other part of your brand, your messaging, your offer, your marketing, they all feel scattered. So please take time, pause this video, and identify who you are. Okay, welcome back. Step 2, who do you help? Let's identify your dream clients. If step 1 is knowing about yourself, then step 2, of course, is about who you are or who you are for. Because you can't be an authority to everyone, but you can be a trusted guide to the right people. And too many entrepreneurs which I see today, they fall into this trap of trying to reach everyone. But when you try to reach everyone, you often connect with who? No one. And we don't want that to be your portion. We don't want that for you to be in that trap. So you can't build a brand authority if your message is vague or generic, because people don't trust people who are general. They trust specialists. And to be seen as the go-to expert, to the go-to solution, you need to start speaking directly to someone and not everyone. Now, I want you to think of radio stations. If your frequency is even slightly off, everyone hears static. But when you tune into the right frequency, the message becomes clear, it becomes crisp, it becomes strong. Now, your dream client is your frequency. And sometimes the best way to identify your ideal audience is to reflect on who you've already helped. Maybe begin by even asking yourself, who do you love working with? What results did you achieve together? What made the process feel smooth? What made the process feel rewarding? What made the process feel fulfilling? Now, these experiences are clues that you need to start watching and looking into, because they point you towards the clients who value your work most and who you are best equipped to serve. Now it's time to get specific. I want you to create a client profile that includes, think of their biggest pain points. Think of their current situations versus their desired outcomes. I want you to use the language that they use to describe their problems, their mindset, their goals, their habits, their decision-making style. Now, I'm not giving you a branding exercise here. This is how you make your messaging magnetic. And when you speak your audience language, this is what is going to happen. They don't just hear you. They feel seen, they feel heard, they feel understood. They feel like, oh yeah, Sariki understands me. I think I should be keen in more into what he's saying. I should be listening. Now, once you ask yourself these key questions, like who do I love working with and why? What problems do I understand better than most? What kind of people do I tend to get the best results from others and from my offers? And where do they spend time online? Are they on Facebook, Instagram, Google? You need to find them. What do they believe about their problems? Because authority grows when your message is focused. Why? Because people trust what they understand. If you don't put a message that people understand, they don't trust you. So when you define your dream clients, your messaging is sharp. Your offer becomes more relevant, more irresistible. Your content lands with power. You stop second guessing, you start attracting. Rather than trying to be everything for everyone, you become everything to someone. So here's the big picture. This is not about reaching to more people, but it's about reaching to who? The right people. Because when you've turned into your dream clients like a radio, when you've tuned into them like a radio, your messaging cuts through the noise and your authority grows even faster, faster than ever. Take a time to find out and to put this down. Step 3. So how do you serve? Let's now look at crafting your unique value proposition. Now that you know who you are, you know who you help, it's time to bring in everything together with clarity and with impact. And this is where your authority turns into action, because here's the truth. Clients don't buy services. Clients don't buy services, they buy transformation. They don't care how many sessions or modules or tools or offer. What they care about is, what are those things that you will do for them? And if your identity is your foundation and your audience is your target, your value proposition is a bridge between where your client is and where they want to go. So your unique value proposition, which is your UVP, is the clearest, most compelling way to answer one question that is always on your prospect's mind. Why should I choose you? Now, if you don't answer that question, they will scroll past you. But if you do, they will lean in and say, tell me more. How do you like the sound of that? Now, imagine if you have clients coming towards you, leaning towards you because you have a solution to ask you, Sariki, tell me more. What do you offer? How can this help me? Now, crafting your UVP starts with clarity, not hype. You need to know what specific problem you have to solve, what keeps your clients stuck, what pain do you want to remove, what outcome do clients walk away with. Think tangible results, think emotional wins, think peace of mind that they will get, think clarity, think of the confidence they will get. Now, what makes your process different or better? Do you simply simplify things that others overcomplicate? Do you use frameworks? Do you use a story-driven process? Do you provide fast results? Do you provide personalized support, maybe one-to-one coaching? Your uniqueness doesn't have to be flashy. It just has to be clear, relevant to the people that you've been called to serve. Now, your unique value proposition isn't a one-liner you only post on your website. You don't just put it there and it's done. It should show up in your content, in your bio, Facebook, Instagram bio, your offers. It should show up in your lead magnets, even in your conversations you have on a day-to-day basis with people. And when your offer is outcome-driven and is clearly aligned to the transformation your client wants, you don't have to convince them. They will feel it. Now, when your unique value proposition, your UVP is strong, this is what starts to happen. Your clients instantly know what you do and why it matters. You stop competing on price and you start to stand out. Your values start to stand out. Your prospects, they move from maybe later I'll deal with you to how do I sign up, and I want to sign up right now. And this is the moment where your authority becomes profitable and you're not just known, you're chosen. So the big idea here is that your authority is only as strong as your ability to communicate the transformation you provide. Now take this simple equation. A strong identity, which we've seen in step 1, plus a clear audience, which we've seen in step 2, plus a powerful UVP, which we've seen in step 3, equals to a brand that attracts, a brand that converts, and a brand that retains clients without chasing them. Take, for example, let's look at an example of this. Let's look at my business, my coaching business, Blessed Tech Consultancy Services. So I'm a business coach that helps coaches, consultants, and service-based businesses to attract, convert, and retain more clients with proven marketing systems via expert coaching, easy to implement strategies, and so that they can achieve consistency, they can achieve predictability and profitability in their business. Now, once you have identified that your identity, you've identified your ideal client, you identified unique values, the next step is communicating your authority. The next step is to clearly and consistently push out this message. And this requires three things. The first is credibility. You need to focus on you being credible. You need to highlight the power of delivering personalized, meaningful experience, not something that you just cut and then you apply to everyone with no personalization. Now, did you know 72% of customers trust brands when the brands send out more relevant, timely contents to them, which are more personalized? But you can only do this. Imagine if you're a one-man person, you can only do this if you've got a system, the right system, automated system, and we live in the world of AI. So if that's what you need, get in touch and let's set that up for you quickly. I have an offer that is going up now. Now, the second is engagement. You want to make your experience very, very engaging. You want to reach out and engage with people on LinkedIn, social media, and build those connections. And then the third is authenticity. I've told you customers, they value brands that align with their values. So be yourself. Be yourself. So next steps, what do you have to do now? Reflect and define your authority, your identity. I need you to get specific of who you are, your core strengths, what makes you different. If you need to pause and rewind this video, please do that. And then start to write out your who you help. I help this, I help that. And then once you've done that, create your dream client profile. Identify the people you think you're best equipped to help. And then look at their pain points, look at their goals, their desires, what transformation they desire. And then now once you've gotten that, you craft your unique value proposition, the outcome that you deliver to them, and what makes your method different, what makes your method easier or more effective. And then now you audit your various brand touch points, like you update your website, your bio, your social media, and make it to reflect this with clarity. You need to make your messaging consistently communicated with authority. You can check my bio, check my LinkedIn, check my Facebook and all of that to get a good example of how to do that. Now, talking about this, if you need support, if you're ready to fast track your positioning and you want expert guidance on building your brand authority with a framework that is completely automated, with everything that will take you from you having a website, you having a great online presence, you having systems that are working in the background for you, then book a call, get in touch, and we'll take you from being unknown, from the world's best kept secret, to someone who is standing out there, shining out there. It doesn't matter if it's a personal brand you need or a business brand, we can do that for you. And I hope this helped you. If this has blessed you, if this content has helped you, please click the share button and subscribe and share and invite more people to learn and get value out of this content. Thank you and see you soon.